Keith just giving me all the tips for next week. Good day, wasn't it? The Grand National Hurdle, the 3UZ Grand National Hurdle at Flemington yesterday.
Well, it was, Bruce, and the whole day had a real sparkle to it. Attendance was up. There were so many activities that everyone had a lot of fun. But the highlight of the day was the Grand National Hurdle win by Cold Reason, trained by the 82-year-old Jim Houlihan. 10 weeks ago, Cold Reason was running around up in Wayne Wilson's territory in Queensland, Bruce.
He sure was, Wayne, and that's your cue to come in. A surprise that he could win a Grand National. 2.5 months ago, you were probably calling him up the bush, weren't you?
Yes, well, we were looking at him going around in restricted class races up here in Queensland, Bruce. But since he's been taken over by Jim Houlihan down there, he's really found his forte in life, hasn't he? Going over the jumps, and he looked pretty good yesterday.
Now, you were telling me off air you've got a filly yesterday that you bred that didn't run a place. She's only 2. She's not on her way down to Jim, is she?
No. We're going to hold on to her for a little bit longer. We were disappointed with her effort yesterday, but we'll forgive her one bad day, Bruce.
Success is guaranteed if you give any horse to Jim Houlihan, because yesterday, as you know, Cold Reason, Bruce, was the replacement for the shoe, who has a virus. He won yesterday by 20 lengths. He had 6 kilos less than the shoe was given in the handicaps, and it makes you wonder, on the day, whether the shoe, who's unbeaten over hurdles, could have beaten his stablemate.
You're dead right. I mean, when you see this, Del Mar's now attacking Cold Reason. They were, I guess, the 2 horses in the market. Del Mar was the favourite.
And at this stage, we thought we were in for a head-and-head tussle. There they are together, the favourite Del Mar and the new kid on the block, Cold Reason. And we thought, what a stirring finish coming up. It wasn't a finish up, a cakewalk for Cold Reason.
Del Mar did wobble around the turn, which gave Cold Reason a couple of lengths. But as you say, the way he finished the race off, I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from the shoe because he's so exciting, but it's just hard to visualise how the shoe would have dominated this horse yesterday.
The distance of the Grand National is 4,870 metres. Cold Reason went into the race as a suspect stayer. We knew he was going to stay when we watched him on the first lap. He ran around with his head on, almost touching the ground, the most relaxed horse in the race.
And what about his program, Keith? He won a maiden hurdle on June 8, not too long ago. He then won on Saturday at Caulfield, he won on Thursday at Mornington on the flat, and he's won again 3 races in 7 days.
And talking of 3s, this is a hat-trick of Grand National wins for the master, Jim Houlihan, and he's 4th in total. He is, well, everyone admires this amazing man.
Wayne, $100,000 race. We get wrapped up in jumping in Victoria in the winter. Is there any interest at all in Queensland when those races go on the TV?
Oh, yes, there's a lot of interest, Bruce, because they are spectacular to watch. We tried it up here several years ago, and it was a success in Queensland, but it was decided that it was against the best interests of racing in this state to have hurdle racing up here, so they canned the idea.
Well, it's a big thing here. It keeps the winter going in Melbourne. I know we have the Winter Championship next week, but also the Grand National Steeplechase, which I think is the highlight of the year, don't you?
The scene was set for that yesterday when last year's winner Outstrike and Donegal fought out a thrilling finish to the Chris Steeple. Another 1,100 metres next week, and I think the result might turn around. It's going to be a fabulous race, Bruce.
Yeah, we are looking forward to it, Keith. Ardeed winning the Ipswich Cup. I know you love going to Ipswich, don't you, Wayne? And this was a terrific race because the pace was right on early.
There was plenty of pace on, and there was a lot of interference down the straight the first time too, Bruce. Larry Olsen has been suspended for 6 weeks, a total of 21 meetings for the interference that happened in the Ipswich Cup yesterday. But there was a lot of pace on in the middle stages of the race. That Sugar, I think, out in front, making the speed. He'll come back to them pretty quickly. Ardeed's performance was good. Now, this horse has given his trainer, Kevin Latimer, a lot of problems with his feet, and he was a late arrival for our carnival here. He did a good job at Eagle Farm behind Zarek and the Tattersalls Cup, and he was a very strong staying performance from Ardeed to win the Ipswich Cup yesterday. That's Sahara Andy in the gold jacket moving up on the outside of Maxim as they straighten up, but Ardeed is chasing him into 3rd place now. Give to Thee on the outside, but Ardeed, he keeps whacking away. He's very solid, he's very good at a distance, and he's going to Sahara Andy the last little bit and just edging away from him to win the Ipswich Cup. Ardeed first, Sahara Andy second, and Give to Thee finished 3rd.
Is Ray Murray still in charge of your stewards there, Wayne?
Yes, that was his last meeting yesterday. He wanted to go out on a low note.
Gee, you'll get a ticket tape farewell from the jocks up your way when he leaves.
Well, Ray left on a big note yesterday. Larry Olsen out for 6 weeks, 21 meetings.
It's been a busy old winter for all of that, hasn't it? I mean, it's been quite remarkable with the jockey scene of late. It was celebrations for the trainer too, you were telling us before we came on air.
Well, just last Thursday, Kevin Latimer's wife produced a little baby boy. They named him Joseph, and Kevin was very emotional at the presentation yesterday, and he dedicated the win to his wife and his brand new son, Joseph. So it has been a big 48 hours for Kevin, a brand new baby boy and an Ipswich Cup to boot.
And I was just going to say to Wayne, Bruce, that Victoria got into Wayne's act yesterday with Ken Newman, who took a Reba, well, north, and nothing really happened. And yesterday something did, didn't it?
Yeah, for Rancho's Coup, which he's been a bit of a surprise packet, Wayne. He's had great form in Queensland. Often horses do blossom when they go up there, don't they?
They certainly do, and this is a perfect example of that. 4 starts in Queensland for 3 wins, and he's really taken the sprinting scene by storm in the latter part of the carnival up here, particularly at Ipswich, where he's had 3 starts for 2 wins and a narrow second. And he covered a heap of extra ground yesterday. In fact, he stumbles coming to the home turn, but recovers from that and goes on and wins quite well. Now, here he is coming around the field now. He's 4 deep as they approach the corner. That's loaded with the green colours on the outside of Rancho's Coup, who's got the blinkers on there. And as they head for home, Rancho's Coup sprinted to the lead on the outside from hot to race. Now, Loader is chasing in second position, but Rancho's Coup, beautifully ridden by Danny Craven over the final partner, was Dan's 3rd win for the day and the biggest victory of his career to date. Rancho's Coup giving plenty at the end, holds Loader in the run to the line. Hands twice was considered a good thing, beaten by his jockey, Eddie Wilkinson.
Yeah, so good stories. Ardeed, and actually just, I know you like these stats. Ardeed is a 4-year-old and so's Rancho's Coup. They've both had 25 starts for 9 wins and 6 placings. Identical records.
Over different distances.
Oh, obviously, but in different results. But
what's the point, Bruce?
No, none at all. It's just trivial, but I thought you might take it with you. Wayne, that's it for Brisbane racing. You've done a great job for us, and your calling's been outstanding over the last 10 weeks. The highlights, you did tip us Paris Lane last year, didn't he, Keith? We've kept him at that. You know, he only won the Caulfield Cup and the McKinnon. And...
We need another one, Wayne.
I don't know whether we can come up with another Paris Lane. We have seen some great horses race during our carnival. I think this has been our best ever. Well, since I've been associated with the radio scene and the television scene here in Queensland, I think this is our best winter carnival ever. We've seen some remarkable performances. If you're looking for one standout during the carnival, I guess you've got to say it was Rough Habit's win in the O'Shea Stakes. I've never seen scenes like that on a racetrack before. But Taradoo's performances here, Dane Wynn undefeated at Weight for Age, the Hollandale Cup and the Doomben Cup. Chief De Beers winning the Doomben 10,000. That was one of the easiest Group 1 wins I've ever seen. A lot of highlights, but Rough Habit is the best.
Yesterday with that form underlined, Wayne?
Oh, yes. Zaroke, he looks as though he's a star of the future, so I'll be watching out for him in the spring. But if I had to give you just one horse for the spring, we'll stick to a sprinter this time, I'd say Drum.
Drum, yes, a tremendous run last start, wasn't he? And stiff not to be in the Stradbroke.
I think Wayne had his best carnival calling too, Bruce.
Yeah, outstanding. A really great job. Wayne. Keith, we'll catch you next week with the Grand National Steeplechase.
Yeah, great. 3Z yesterday took 600 people to the race. I'm sure they'll be back with their friends now they've got the taste next Saturday, Grand National Steeplechase Day.
Wayne, once again, thank you very, very much for the last couple of months. A job well done. We'll see you Cup time.
Thank you very much, Bruce.
Good on you. Wayne Wilson. Keith will return. We'll take a break, and Kate's back joining me. She's got a great story on one of our very best pacers, Jack Morris.
So this one's really twice the size, I'd say, the lateral branch to the inside, but that's just the way the injury's healed. But it's healed quite well.